police apparently released messages that belongs to Charlie Kirk shooter. They claim these messages happened after the shooting, and it was Charlie Kirk shooter texting his partner. And I don't know which pronouns I can use before YouTube clap my channel and get rid of me forever. So I'm gonna just stick with their partner, right? This was a person transitioning to a female. Now these
hey, good move, Flacco.
messages is being met with skepticism, to say the least.
Good move on,
People
bro.
ain't buying it. A couple of things that caught my eyes about these messages almost from the very beginning was there's no timestamp. Now, apparently, they actually crafted these messages, right? They took the conversations they apparently got from this text and they put it on a sheet of paper. They even provided context right here where they says, after reading the note, so apparently he left a note for his roommate / his partner.
Is he gonna read this for us?
After reading the note, the roommate responded, "What? You're joking, right?" So this is not raw messages. This is them crafting it. So no timestamp, and apparently took place over a span of a day and overnight. Second thing is, these messages appear to be too self-incriminating for someone who was smart enough to methodically...
I was reading these messages. I've seen these, and it seemed like, bro, it seemed like he thought he was in a movie. But like, doing something like that, you can't like, he might have thought he was, you know, because this is not something normal. Like where he says his boyfriend or whatever, bro, he said, "Why did you do it?" He said, "I had enough of his hatred. Some hatred can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it." His boyfriend said, "How long have you been planning this?" He said, "A bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it." Like, he just seems so unreal, bro. Like, it didn't seem real to me, bruh. You know?
And get away for a couple.
And if you guys, hold on, I'm about to pause real quick.
Ultimately turned him in because he confessed to his daddy. The
Look
FBI
at this guy.
was not on his tail or his trail. He was getting away scot-free from the FBI. His father had to do the work of Cash Patel and turn him in. So someone that methodical, that smart, they just texting, getting away, like they just texting, self-incriminating themselves, giving themselves up. And at the end, he tells the partner, delete this exchange. This person has a 4.0 GPA in high school, a full ride to college. This person knows you can't delete text messages, bro. Once you text, it's in there. You cannot delete it. They got it forever now.
All right.
So this is why it didn't make sense to me, and it kind of seems like the perfect evidence. It was too perfect. It laid out everything for the police. So Robinson writes the roommate, right? So the killer writes the roommate, and he says, "Well, here, I am still in love with you, but I'm stuck in Oregon for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you." The roommate responds back, "You weren't the one who did it, right?" He wrote, "I am. I'm sorry." Roommate says, "I thought they caught the person."
I'm gonna speed this up a little bit.
Robinson writes, "No, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing.
And if you didn't see the old dude, the old guy was actually, like, the first guy that they arrested, he was actually accused of being a pred. So it's like, what is going on right now? Like, the guy they arrested on accident, thinking he was a killer, was, I don't want to say just a predator, but he was just a predator. He wasn't who they were looking for in that moment. So it's like, and it wasn't the like the identities or whatever, like the identifications, they didn't match. Like, he was an old man and this is a 22-year-old college student. Like, you feel me?
Grab my rifle
it's like, what's happening?
Drop point shortly after but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out. But there's one vehicle lingering. He says, why? Why did I do it? The roommate says, yeah. Again, this is just too perfect. Like, cut and paste, confession. And he wrote, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. Now, apparently this is like, so some time has passed because you see the ... right? And the roommate wrote, how long have you been planning this? He wrote, a bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. He then follows up and says, I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. Now, this is where now we find out more about how he got caught, right? See, he didn't just go to his parents' crib and voluntarily confess. His father already suspected him because when the police posted a picture of the rifle that was used, it was the grandpa rifle. And the rifle is very unique and it's very distinct.
Okay.
So when the father seen the rifle, he knew that's our rifle. And he knew the only person who had that rifle is their son.
Right.
So then he told his son, send me a picture of the rifle. So then they put, I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. I don't even know if it had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints. I had to leave it in the bush where I changed outfits. Don't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find prints. How the F will I explain losing it to my old man? Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Remember how I was engraving bullets? The effing messages are mostly a big meme. If I see notices, bulge, ooh woo on Fox News, I might have a stroke. All right, I'm gonna have to.
I didn't understand none of the stuff he was engraving on the bullets either, except for one of them said, "If you're reading this right now, you're gay," something like that, which is really weird when his girlfriend, boyfriend is, you feel me? But what do I know?
That really effing sucks.
What do I know, man?
Now this is where it gets me right here. Remember I was engraving bullets? I thought they knew nothing about it. I thought they knew nothing about this plot or this scheme.
Right.
Why would they remember you were engraving bullets? Now, I'll be real, bro. All right. Now, maybe engraving bullets is a thing that people do normally. I don't know, all right? If I walk past my homie, or let's say my girl, because I'm not putting myself in their shoes. If I walk past my girlfriend, and I see my girlfriend engraving bullets with things like, hey, fascist, catch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask, why are you doing this?
Right.
Who do you plan on catching these bullets? Like, huh?
The questions that need to be asked.
The ducks or the deers you're about to go hunt is gonna, huh? I would be concerned. I would ask questions, right?
Facts.
Like somebody just engraving bullets randomly in my living room isn't really a normal practice.
Let's see what the comments are. We can wait a little bit.
Now, judging from today, I'd say Grandpa gun does just fine. I don't know. I think it was a $2,000 scope. Now, here's the thing, all right? This is where I get a tad bit suspicious. So, he has the awareness enough to tell the roommate to delete the messages, to not say nothing, don't cooperate, but he didn't have the brains to know that texting over the phone, this evidence is going to be safe forever. The police can retrieve it whenever they want to retrieve this evidence, even if you delete it out your phone. So he writes, delete this exchange. My dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo of the rifle, and it is very unique. He's called me right now, not answering. Since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA. I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy from the sheriff. You're all...
So it sounds like his dad does not have the same values as him. That's crazy. His dad is like a diehard Trump fan, basically, he's saying. And he has a transgender girlfriend. That's crazy.
I worry about love. I'm much more worried about you, the roommate says. And then he also says, don't talk to the media, please. Don't take any interviews or make any comments. If any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer and stay silent. Is your comments, if any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer and stay silent. Yeah, we're not stupid, okay? Now, I'm not saying that the police made up these text messages, because that would be absurd, and like that's some like loony conspiracy stuff. What I believe, because...
Let's see what the comments think about this. If you believe the same government that covered up Epstein, you're blind. Okay. Messages are crazy. Who does a murder and sends these messages? Also, if it's your partner, why wouldn't they already know that your father is MAGA? This whole exchange is fishy. He/she knew. I feel like the messages are a play so they wouldn't be an accomplice. Ooh. And who calls their car a vehicle? Nobody. Yeah, he doesn't even have a lawyer yet. A lawyer in charge of... I don't know. It's a dark time when Flacco is more trustworthy than the mainstream media. Facts. Just call these fools Transformers and Decepticons. He trolling. Who actually texts with perfect punctuations? I'm saying. Flacco is very reasonable that the government fabricated. It is very reasonable that the government fabricated all of this. I think the family hated the kid and offered him up as a sacrificial lamb to the culture war. These are radical white supremacists we're talking about here. They're saying stuff like Valhalla as if CK died on the battlefield. They're turning a man who did nothing but talk and spread propaganda into a war hero. True. All he did was give his opinion, and he was called a martyr. It reeks of false flag. Only someone who's not from America would trust the same government that demolished the Twin Towers with thousands of people in them. Wake up, fam. I don't know, bro. Look how crazy these people go when they can't just say the blacks did it. This is crazy, bruh. No cap. I know they was hoping it would be a minority, bro. Bro. Even once I saw it was a sniper shot, I was like, bro, I'm gonna need some proof a black person did this, cause bro, we don't do that, bro. That's crazy.
The possibility that the police
we don't do that.
Make text messages and jeopardize.
We don't get snipers and shoot people. Yeah, we don't get snipers and shoot people, bro.
And jeopardize this dude getting off scot-free. Because if you use manufactured text messages in court, in trial, and it's proven that...
And let me not even say we. Let me not even say we. Because I'm a regular civilian student, you feel me? They don't do that. No, like, yeah, black people don't do that, bro. Get snipers and shoot people of some type of stature. Like, we don't do that, bro.
Police actually did it. He's getting off scot-free, right? He's coming home. So I don't think they would jeopardize their operation like this. What I do believe, though, is that roommate knew beforehand. That roommate knew that the shooter was going to murder Charlie Kirk that day. That roommate was in on the plan.
Yeah.
Because Tyler is not, well, he's from that community, but he's not transitioning. And apparently Tyler plight was, or his problems with Charlie Kirk is Charlie Kirk's sentiments or rhetoric against the trans community. His roommate was that, or his partner was that. So if he was avenging that community, you mean to tell me?
The question that was asked while he got killed was something about trans people, like trans rights or something like that, like trans people killing people, something like that. It involved trans people. So that was like the signal question, bro. And yeah, it's more than two people involved. It's a lot of people involved, bro. Off.
Like this.
Okay.
What
I think this is where I was at.
Is that roommate knew beforehand?
Oh wait, hold up.
That roommate knew that the shooter was gonna murder Charlie Kirk that day.
Yeah.
That roommate was in on the plan.
Yeah.
Because Tyler is not. Well, he's from that community, but he's not transition.
Yeah.
And apparently Tyler's plight was, or his problems with Charlie Kirk, is Charlie Kirk's sentiments or rhetoric against the trans community.
His girlfriend.
His girlfriend was that, or his partner was that. So if he was avenging that community, you mean to tell me he didn't tell the person he lives with?
And
the
even
person he's in love.
Like, why did he think that would be the option? Like, that just made it worse for them. I ain't gonna fake. He's lucky. He's lucky he's not trans himself, or he would have really just made the whole situation even worse for them, bro.
I think it's cap. I think that person was well aware of all the plans. I think that person knew what was going on. Tyler being smart enough to know, oh, they're gonna come after that roommate. They're gonna take him into custody.
Right. That's my.
Because they were aware of the plan.
Right.
They were in on it. And in order to protect that person, Tyler told that person, hey, we're about to conduct these scripted messages. I'm going to write you. You're going to pretend like you don't know what's going on. This is essentially going to be your alibi. I know I'm called because my grandpa and my daddy is already calling about this rifle. I'm already caught. So hence, we're going to script messages back and forth to where you pretend like you don't know what's going on.
Bro.
And this is going to be your alibi.
That makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense, bro. That makes a lot more sense. This kid is so smart. He's so crazy and smart that it's insane. Like the part where he's saying delete this exchange is really blowing me, because you know the government can, the FBI can get back into those deleted texts. And the whole point is for them to get the deleted text so that they know, or so that they think this person had nothing to do with it. That's genius, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
So you don't get arrested for first-degree murder.
That's genius.
Because if he held Tyler playing this, he's going to jail too.
Yeah.
That's just my theory, though.
Nah, I think that's facts. I ain't gonna lie, Flocko. That's facts, I think.
His roommate / partner.
I think he's spitting facts.
The partner was gonna go to jail too if the FBI gets to investigate and looking into the partner.
Right.
But if they just say, hey, look, man, bro, I didn't know he was gonna do this. He didn't tell me. Good. Concrete, solid alibi. And if they plan on using this in court, then they have to go with the theory that the roommate didn't know what was going on for these messages to be legitimate. Now, people like Candace Owens, though, they believe that the messages is sus. They have skepticism of the police department, of the FBI. They believe that these messages are fake. And here's Candace Owens giving her reasoning for why she believes the messages are fake.
Candace Owens? Who is this?
These messages are fake. And here's Candace Owens giving her reasoning.
Is this a WNBA player?
Are fake.
Yeah, these messages are clearly doctored.
Who is Candace Owens?
They're doctored. Now, they could decide why they're doing that.
Why do I know this
Tyler's
name?
being forthcoming. We're protecting him in some capacity. I find that to be unacceptable. Okay? Unacceptable. I want every single text message. I want timestamps. It is conspicuous that you are not telling us when this was sent, because it sounds like it's when the campus is on lockdown and he's got to go back and he's got to clean up, and then all of a sudden we're in the next day when his dad is getting clued in after the picture's been released. They're not telling us that, okay? And you have a right to be a little bit uncomfortable about that, because I'm a lot of bit uncomfortable about that. We need full answers.
I'm not really buying the messages are doctored. I do believe that it was scripted by Tyler, that he scripted it to protect his partner. But bro, you can't just doctor these things, bro. Yo, you doctor a message like this, bro. That's a get out of jail free card for the killer. Now, people is putting these like messages through like ChatGPT and ask if it seems real or genuine. Now, I'm not sure what they're suggesting. Are they suggesting that the police
ChatGPT is awesome and all, guys, but you can't just put messages into ChatGPT and say, are these real, are these fake? Like, come on, bro. Like, every person does text differently, and it's possible this guy did text that weirdly, bro. Like, you can't just put it into a robot system and say, is this real or fake? Come on now.
Tina's, or did Tyler and his roommate
That's a waste of time.
ChatGPT a dialogue back and forth? So ChatGPT says, could it be real possible, but very unlikely because of how detailed, staged, and incriminating it is? And that was one of the things that I told y'all about, right? That, like, for someone so methodical, so detailed, so cautious, that they were able to evade the police, like, to just lay it all out in text messages, man, I don't know, bro. That seems odd. More likely, it's fabricated either by a human, right?
It seems like the one, like, spot in their operation that we could poke a hole in easily. You feel me? And it seems like it's done like that on purpose, though. That's the thing.
For dramatic effect, or by AI prompted to generate a fake chat log about a violent event. I think it was a mock transcript for dramatic effect. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what are your theories, man?
Let me know!